Okay, welcome everyone, and I hope you had this far a good day. Welcome to the Rutronik Connect webinar. My name is Thorsten Killinger, and the Rutronik Connect webinar is a series of 4 weeks where we will introduce you to several kind of technologies, with the first week now on the fourth day with Wi-Fi technology. Then we will have later in 2 weeks or so the cellular technologies, and then after that there will be more. Here today we're speaking about Wi-Fi, and we have our technology specialist from Silex in here. Welcome, Baba.
Hi, and good morning and good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, I will just give a short overview of what you can expect. So the webinar will be about 45 minutes. So if you have any questions, use the Q&A session, just post it in there. We will answer them afterwards. And also for your information, the presentation we will show, also a recording will be available afterwards. And there you can check if you miss anything. So without any hesitation, I will hand over to Baba. He will now show you the solutions from Silex Technology. And Baba, the stage is yours.
Hi, thank you. And I'm just having a little bit of issues here sharing my screen. Hold on. So I'm going to talk about, just introduce myself for a little bit. My name is Babar Hashim. I am a product manager at Silex Technology America. I manage all the product line, but my focus a lot has been on the embedded wireless side. So I'll go over some of the embedded wireless products, and the main focus of this presentation today is Wi-Fi 7 and cybersecurity related initiatives and what's coming. So yeah, we'll get started. I have my contact info here. I'm based out of our office in California, so it's in a different time zone, but feel free to reach out to me. I have my information here if you have any questions about our products or even the presentation after it's concluded. So, hey, a little bit about Silex. So Silex Technology is a Japanese, it's a Japanese company. It's based out of Kyoto, Japan. Those are our main headquarters. It does have worldwide presence. We have offices in North America and California, where I work from. We have a European office and a couple of offices in Asia, India, and China. So we do have worldwide presence. We're a global company. One thing that kind of sets us apart from some of the other suppliers is basically our control over end-to-end. We have our own manufacturing, and the picture you see in this slide is our headquarters in Japan, and we have our production line in there as well. We've been in this business for a long time, 50 years for connectivity space, for Wi-Fi. We've been involved with Wi-Fi since its inception 25 years ago. So we've been in this space for a long time and have built some expertise as we've developed products and helped customers getting connectivity. So you'll see in our tagline, when it absolutely must connect, it's all through our marketing materials, our website. That basically goes about our philosophy on how we operate as a company. It goes through, it's about quality for the most part. When it absolutely must connect, basically means that we provide solutions to our customers where connectivity is a requirement. They're looking for premium connectivity for mission critical applications. So we see kind of 3 components that kind of help us achieve that. It's the hardware. We provide the hardware, our own manufacturing designs, our quality inspection, etc. Then all that hardware needs the software to work with. So both go hand in hand. So we do have expertise in developing drivers, software, firmware, and making tweaks and adding features for our customers. So that helps in achieving that. And last of all is compliance. After all that's done, our customers need to go to production and ship to different countries and regions of the world. So we provide our certification services also as well to kind of meet those customer needs. Because of this, absolutely must connect, or internally we call it AMC also. Because of the philosophy, what we've seen is that customers who are trying to get that experience, get that quality, are not consumer-ish Wi-Fi. They're basically very mission critical use cases, applications where they do not want any packet losses, dropouts, fast roaming, low latency, those kind of applications. So that's where our sweet spot is. And because of that, the verticals that we tend to be very successful and provide solutions for our medical device manufacturers. Among the connectivity features, requirements that I mentioned, they also have this requirement of long product life cycle. They tend to, once they build products, because of the rigorous testing and requirements and FDA approvals, they tend to be in the market for 10, 15 years. So they need a long life cycle. That's one thing we provide to our customers too. Because we manufacture the products ourselves, we have that control where we can serve our customers for a long time. For other verticals, transportation and logistics, factory, industrial, those kind of applications tend to also work well with our products, and that's where we have success. And we specifically target these verticals because our value proposition kind of aligns with the requirements in these three industries. Gonna quickly go over, as a company, like we're a connectivity company, so we provide all sorts of connectivity options, products to our customers. I talked about embedded wireless. That's the products that are embedded into a customer product. So that's the product line I've been managing for a long time, but I have the responsibility for other products on our portfolio as well. So we kind of are our own customers too. We use our embedded products into our network system solutions product that are more like an end product that like you'd see. We don't go into retail, but you'll see in those retail stores like access points, bridges, device servers, those kind of products. So that's the product segment as well. So the presentation today is more about the technology and the cybersecurity. So I'm not gonna go into a lot of these product details, but if there are any questions, feel free to reach me out, or we have a Q&A at the end about this as well. The focus of today's presentation is Wi-Fi 7. This is kind of our product offering from an embedded wireless perspective. So we build modules based on technology providers. We work with Qualcomm, NXP, Neurocom, Morse Micro, the silicon manufacturers, and kind of build modules around them that our customers can use. So Wi-Fi 7 is the focus here. So I'll talk about Wi-Fi 7 and about the specific module that we are developing. But as a product offering, we have products for all Wi-Fi technologies: Wi-Fi 6, 6E, Halo, which is a sub-gigahertz long range technology. It's gaining a lot of momentum and market share. So it falls under the Wi-Fi umbrella. So we have some products there as well. Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 4, they're kind of old, but like I mentioned, like our medical customers, they tend to be in the market for a long time. So we still have those on our portfolio that customers can buy and integrate into their products. So just jumping right into Wi-Fi 7. So I'm sure everyone here is familiar with this newest standard, and it's been marketed and promoted at a lot of industry events and a lot of products now in the consumer industry, cell phones, tablets, those kind of devices have started to ship with Wi-Fi 7 technology in it. So the question usually that we face at Silex from a lot of our customers is, especially in the target vertical that we target, the medical, factory, industrial, transportation, logistics, like, is what should we design? If you're building a product today, what should we use? Wi-Fi 6E, which is also a tri-band Wi-Fi standard. Then Wi-Fi 7 is built on Wi-Fi 6E. I'll go through some of the technology or features and differences between the two, but where should we start? Both kind of have the same value proposition. So that question comes up. It's a very good question. So I'll go through the care about, and so the answer is it kind of depends on the application, the requirements, because there are features in Wi-Fi 6E that are very suitable for a lot of these devices, but Wi-Fi 7 has, being the latest one, there are some considerations that one must also take before they make that decision. So what's new in Wi-Fi 7? So if we go back in the roadmap of Wi-Fi standards and features starting from Wi-Fi 4, with every new Wi-Fi standard, Wi-Fi 4 to Wi-Fi 5, and even before that, the goal of those new standards were to increase more performance, more throughput, more bandwidth, faster latency. Those were the goals. Every standard, like from Wi-Fi 3 to Wi-Fi 4, Wi-Fi 5, that was the use case. In Wi-Fi 6, they kind of, yes, those benefits were still there. The philosophy changed, or what they were trying to achieve as was also different. They wanted, since COVID and post-COVID, there were a lot of what do you call devices on the network that were being added on. So, being a very dense connect networks, the goal was to how can we make the communication more efficient in these dense environments. So a lot of these features that were introduced in Wi-Fi 6, like OFDMA, were targeted towards that specific problem to make communication more efficient. Yes, the benefits, there were side benefits of more performance, more speed, more throughput, those kind of advancements, but the main goal was to make the communication and the existing spectrum more efficient. With Wi-Fi 7, they kind of reverted back to their old philosophy to make it more fast, more performance, more throughput, low latency. So it's kind of built on Wi-Fi 6, 6E. 6E was an advancement to Wi-Fi 6 where they added tri-band. That's the only difference. Wi-Fi 6E is Wi-Fi 6, just the addition of the 6 gigahertz frequency. So in Wi-Fi 7, they went back and said, okay, like now we have efficient communication. How can we make it more fast, more higher performance, and low latency, those kind of applications. So the features introduced in Wi-Fi 7 are all targeted towards those. So in a nutshell, Wi-Fi 7 is Wi-Fi 6 on steroids, maybe. So the main features that you'll see in a lot of Wi-Fi 7 documentation products are these four that I've listed here. So with every standard, as you have noticed, the channel width has increased. So that's basically, if you think about highway as a frequency like 2.45 gigahertz and 6 gigahertz frequencies, the lanes on those highways, you can think of them as channel width. So with every Wi-Fi standard, the width of the channel, the lanes has increased. So that means They're wider lanes, less congestion. You can get the most out of in terms of transfer speed, throughput perspective. And it's almost double. So Wi-Fi 6E was 160 megahertz, so they've doubled the channel width. So it has a direct implication of performance and throughput. So theoretically, it kind of doubles it because of having a double the bandwidth. Related to the channel width is also preamble puncturing. This is a pretty neat feature. It basically was introduced in Wi-Fi 7. It was introduced in Wi-Fi 6, but they kind of made it requirement in Wi. It's not an option. But it's part of the feature set in Wi-Fi 7. It basically if you don't use preamble puncturing, basically the whole channel is being used. So if you're using the channel for communication or video streaming, basically it blocks out the whole channel, and you won't be able to leverage if, for example, 75% of the channel, if you're not using the whole channel, there basically it's making you don't utilize the full channel width. With preamble puncturing, you kind of slice it or puncture it to the point where if it's a 320 megahertz channel, maybe you're using 160, so you can puncture at 160, so you have the other 160 available that you can use to do some other communication. Or even if you're using 80, you can slice out 80 megahertz and use 240 for other communication. So it's pretty cool. In Europe, it's very important because they're not in Europe. There's only one non-overlapping channel. So what that means is that one channel, if you want to slice, you can basically slice it, puncture it, so that you can use that one overlapping channel for multiple things rather than blocking it for one thing and using it just for that purpose. So it has benefits more in Europe because in US we have more than one non-overlapping channel, but in Europe because of the regulations there's only one. So it can be useful, this feature, for those use cases in Europe. MLO, this is probably the biggest one. It stands for multi-link operation. So from a performance standpoint, theoretically, this feature is gonna deliver the most impact in terms of throughput, latency, performance overall in general. So what is this feature? So this is like today, if you go to an office environment or even at your home and you try to connect your cell phone to your network, if you have three frequencies, if you have a tri-band network, 2.4, 5, and 6, you'll see three different SSIDs that you can connect to. So you have to make that choice if you want to connect to a 2.4 gigahertz network or the 5 gigahertz frequency or the 6 gigahertz. And once you're connected, you kind of stay on it. And the only way you can move to another frequency is by disconnecting and reconnecting again to a different frequency. With MLO, they've kind of aggregated all three of them. So what it means is you're connecting at all three at the same time. So no more you need to reconnect or disconnect and then reconnect to a different frequency. You can set it and customize it to where it's if you're on 2.4 and suddenly 2.4 gets really crowded and it sees 5 gigahertz is clean, it will just automatically jump over without you having to reconnect and connect to a different frequency. Same with 6 gigahertz. So that's what it is. It basically is connecting to all three at the same time versus what we do today, where we make that choice, and it can deteriorate performance because once 2.4 gets crowded or you're moving out of 2.4, it kind of stays connected to it until it drops off or you physically disconnect it and connect it to a different frequency. The last one is the modulation scheme, the 4K QAM, QAM. So with every Wi-Fi standard, they kind of increase this modulation scheme. Basically, what it is the amount of data that you can pack into each packet or a single burst of transmission. So more the modulation scheme, the more information it can carry. So more throughput, more performance, more data rate for your communication. So it was 1K for Wi-Fi 6, 6E. Now it's 4K, so it has a significant impact on performance as well. So these are the 4 features that were introduced in Wi-Fi 7, which makes Wi-Fi 7 very appealing for applications that demand higher performance, more throughput, like video applications, high definition videos, AR, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, those kind of applications. I think the Wi-Fi 7 may be a really good fit, but there are applications where it may be an overkill for a lot of the medical device manufacturers that we kind of deal with on a day-to-day basis. A lot of the time, they're not doing those things. It's basically moving data from one machine to the network or some other machine, different room. So it doesn't need all that performance increase. So it may not be a good fit because there are Wi-Fi 6E kind of still meets those needs. So that's why I said in the beginning, it's a case by case. You really need to evaluate and recommend a solution to your customers that best fits their need. So those were the features. A lot of questions come up like, okay, well, how does it roll out? Like, at what point would Wi-Fi 7 be a really, like every technology once it's introduced, it's early, then it kind of early adopters, it kind of matures, and then we see a lot of influx of customers using it, and then it slowly, the new standard gets up and slowly the transition starts happening. So in Wi-Fi 7, the first, it was introduced years ago. The first Wi-Fi chip samples were introduced like 2 years ago. Last year, we saw a lot of phones, lead retail mesh routers that were introduced into the market. This year, like starting this year, so I highlighted the one in red, the Wi-Fi certification. This is basically Wi-Fi Alliance when they have an approved test plan that all device manufacturers can test against to get the Wi-Fi logo for their products. It's a big milestone in the because once this is available, that means customers can qualify their devices, certify their devices, meaning if they once they have the certification, they can market Wi-Fi 7 for their products. They can put Wi-Fi 7 logos, and more than that, it's the interoperability. So if once you've passed the certification, you have certified that that product is going to work with all other Wi-Fi technologies. It has passed the tests for the Wi-Fi Alliance. So generally, after this, we'll see a lot of customers starting to evaluate and few customers, early adopters in the vertical that I just mentioned, kind of start looking at it for the next generation devices. So that happened in early, I think, CES or January of 2024. And now we're in the middle of 2024, and we're seeing some early customers, again, in the verticals that we play in. Consumer Wi-Fi industry is a little different because they tend to release products even before the Wi-Fi 7 certification happens. So we're seeing some lead customers here, and the portion in the green towards the right of the slide is like I just talked about, where we see our customers specifically in the medical space or factory industrial. It will be next year that they will be seriously migrating or using Wi-Fi 7 into their products. So those applications are smart homes, So cameras, sensor, wearables, medical devices, industrial equipment. A lot of these applications, they don't really need the full bandwidth or the performance of Wi-Fi 7. And there is a premium to like every new technology that gets launched. It's priced a little higher. So there are cost considerations too. So mostly there's a discussion with our customers to find the balance, what they need versus what the standard provides, and kind of guide them towards through that process so that we can recommend what's best suited for their needs. So just to summarize, like this, like I mentioned, there are going to be use cases where customers need Wi-Fi 7, they want Wi-Fi 7, and what some of them could be is the latest technology. It's more of a marketing requirement, like our marketing says we need to have Wi-Fi 7 into our products. That kind of demand drives that demand of putting Wi-Fi 7 to their product more than the requirements from a technical perspective. It's more of a marketing requirement. Long life cycle, so newer technology, Wi-Fi 7 being the latest one, the expected life of the technology is going to be more than Wi-Fi 6E, which was introduced 5-6 years ago. And performance advantages. Some applications are going to demand that performance that Wi-Fi 7 provides. You can look at it as the conversely too. If customers don't want, are not looking for these things, Wi-Fi 6E may be a solution that may still work for them. So that was Wi-Fi 7. Quickly, from a Silex perspective, wanted to introduce. So we have a product, like I mentioned, for all Wi-Fi standards. For Wi-Fi 7, towards the end, this is something which is in development. It's a tri-band Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth embedded solution. I wanted to spend a little bit more time on this, just to introduce what it is, which it's coming soon. So if this is of interest for some of you, you can reach out to Silex and we can kind of provide you with some documentation and what this additional documentation, what that product is. So internally, we call it the SXPCEDE. It kind of, as the picture suggests, it has kind of two form factors. On the left is a surface mount, which customers can put it on their PCB, mount it there, and use it, integrate it into their product. And we have a card form factor, the M.2 card that customers can easily insert in a platform that has an M.2 card available. It can be used in production. It can be used for evaluation of the radio. A lot of dev kits have M.2 today, so you can easily plug it in and start the evaluation process. It's when it launched end of this year, it is going to be the industry's first Wi-Fi 7 plus Bluetooth combo module. It supports Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth both. It's based on Qualcomm's chipset, the QCC 2076, which is a brand new chipset from Qualcomm. It supports simultaneous 2.4 and 5 gigahertz or 6, which is called DBS or dual band simultaneous. So at the same time, you can operate in two frequencies. It's not a new feature in Wi-Fi 7. It was introduced in Wi-Fi 6E, but this module kind of supports that too. Some additional specifications. I'll be sharing this slide over so you can get more details on it. But basically, like I mentioned, two form factors based on Qualcomm technology, supports Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's a PCIe radio, meaning the interface that it connects with the host or the processor is PCIe for Wi-Fi. For Bluetooth, you have options. You can use UART or Bluetooth, or UART or USB. It's an industrial temp part, -40 to 85. It will be certified for USA, Canada, Europe, and Japan. but we do provide services for additional reasons also. So if you're shipping somewhere that's not covered under these, we can certainly have a discussion. Tri-band 2.4, 5, and 6. Yep. So what maybe I'll spend a minute on just on two specifications that we've worked hard on, and we've kind of improved it from our previous products, and maybe when some of the other suppliers bring their product to market, we hope that these are the two places where we kind of have an edge from a performance standpoint. So one was more of an upgrade to our existing product. So our previous Wi-Fi 6, which is kind of showed on the rightmost side, it was not an industrial temp part. So with Wi-Fi 7, we kind of make it making it full industrial temp. So it kind of meets a lot of these industrial requirements. And the second one is the TX power. TX power is basically the power of transmission and receive sensitivity. So the higher the TX power means the range is bigger, higher throughput. So just as a 3 dB increase or decrease in TX power can double your range or half your range. So it has a significant impact on range. So in the previous ones are because of the designs and maybe the regulatory certifications where we have to tweak the TX power to make the test pass. The TX power was kind of on the low side, not on the low side, but it was still lower. So where we wanted to be, there were applications, use cases where we needed higher TX power. With this one, we are making a conscious effort to kind of design it so that we can achieve much more. So for example, if they just pick 2.4, the max TX power in Wi-Fi 7 is going to be 26 dB versus maybe 16 on the Wi-Fi 6E solution we had. So it's about 6-7 dB, which is a big difference in terms of range and throughput. So just wanted to highlight that this is something that we're going to be targeting, and the specifications will continue to tweak as we complete our development, but these are some target numbers that we're trying to achieve with this product. The question asked is a schedule. Like if anyone is interested, basically we'll be targeting to hit MP end of this early Q1 next year. So March 2025, you'll have samples available between now and December, so we can kind of help customers early evaluate. I'll talk about the evaluation. It's because we are in development, we're not going to mass market with the solution right now. We'll be introducing it to the mass market, and we'll be helping, and it will be readily available in March 2025. But yeah, there's path forward. If you come to our website, basically you have a section here saying apply for early access. So like I mentioned, the goal of this early access is so that we can maybe enable it to a handful of customers, so that because for embedded applications, customers need support from a driver software perspective, and that's one of our value adds. Providing that support and making it easy for the customers. We have someone they can talk to and get issues resolved pretty quickly. So the point of this early access is to kind of we don't want customers to have a bad experience where we're developing this product and they kind of have our sample and they can't get the support that they're looking for. So that's why we've kind of made this an early access program. So anyone who has interest, they can fill this form out. We'll reach out to them. We'll talk to them to understand what their application needs are, what their schedule looks like, what kind of support they would need. So kind of we're looking more for a partner pre-release so that they can work with us, because we do fix a lot of issues in the reference drivers that Qualcomm or NXP or other silicon providers may provide. So we address those issues before we hit MP. So pre-release, the issues may be there. So we were looking for a customer who can kind of work with us, and even if they find issues, report it to us, and we can kind of fix it and provide solution, a more robust solution to them while we work together to get the product released to MP. More details on our website. You can find this on our website about our early access program. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. So that was all about Wi-Fi 7. Just a few more minutes on this other AMC Protect or cybersecurity, because a lot of these applications, cybersecurity is a big deal. So we have this service or a product called AMC Protect. Just going to share what that is. Maybe it's of interest to some of the applications or products that you guys are building. Cybersecurity, like I mentioned, it's a big deal. There's a lot of money spent. There's a lot of cyber crimes that happen on an annual basis, and the most important thing, it's becoming part of a lot of these regulations in U.S., Europe, in different different sectors. So for healthcare, for example, it's going to be part of FDA also. So any medical device that is being made will need to have some provisions that they need to take to meet the cybersecurity requirements. This is from a study. The cost of this cybersecurity crimes would be 10.5 trillion. So it's a significant or it's an important issue. Some verticals here. So the healthcare that we kind of tend to play in is fifth in terms of the average weekly attacks that happen in that industries, and you can look at some of the other industries as well. So this AMC Protect is something that is targeted to resolve or provide a solution to our customers so that they don't have to worry about maintaining for cybersecurity. So like I mentioned, our absolutely must connect vision, our ecosystem, our philosophy. So this is something that kind of around our devices, our technology. This is a wrap around our products. So all our products, we kind of provide this service to provide peace of mind for cybersecurity related tasks. Not sure what it is, why it is, why it may be valuable for our customers. It's for the product they're building. The product will be more reliable and secure. Provide them the peace of mind that someone is taking care of these cybersecurity related activities, and they can basically be a partner with them in those interactions when we provide the service. For Silex, it kind of makes it our products more providing a value add. It makes customers sticky with Silex. Like if they value our products, our services, they kind of tend to stay with us longer and consider us for their other products as well. So what this is, this service, it's kind of tiered into different levels. Level 3, so starting with level 1, this is basically notifications. So if someone subscribes to our level 1 service, we will notify them of all CVEs or issues that come up in cybersecurity on a weekly basis. And we provide them early access to these notifications before it becomes public. We kind of, when we receive them through the tools we have within 7 days, we would share these notifications. Level 2 is an upgrade up, where we're not only providing notifications, but we would also provide patches or fixes to those vulnerabilities that customers can take for not all the vulnerabilities, but the ones that we identify in our report are the critical ones or directly impact our product or in effect our customer's product. And level 3 is the highest one, where we're providing fixes for all issues, critical and non-critical, within 60 days of the CVE publication. So that's what our AMC Protect service is. If you have questions, please reach out. And yep, this was my last slide and some summary takeaways. So what you can walk away from this training is Wi-Fi 7 is here. It is the future. Uh, if you're if Wi-Fi 7 is something that is of interest and your application or the product is looking for it, you can design now. It is available or it will be available very soon, early next year. Cybersecure products. If you're developing products, you should really look at cybersecurity and how your supplier kind of meets those challenges. It is going to be important going forward in a lot of verticals and industries. And yeah, so the value we provide, it's kind of ideal for medical devices. So if you're a medical device manufacturer, chances are you may have talked to us in the past. So it provides a good value for those medical devices. So yep, that was my slide, Torsten. I think if there are any questions, or I'll hand it over to you to take this forward. Thanks.
All right, then thank you for your presentation, Baba. You can also stop sharing your slides, so we will be appearing a little bit bigger on the screen for the attendance. We already got a few questions, so I will start with the first one. What modular certifications are planned? If so, what kind of antennas does Silex clarify?
What kind of regulatory certifications are planned?
Yes.
So for all of our products off the bat, we certify it for North America, Europe, Japan. UK has their own declaration of conformance. So yes, those 4 regions we certify off the bat. Rest is on a case-by-case basis. So if someone wants to certify for India or China, we will take that as a separate project and do it for our customers.
Okay, so there's also a second kind of question behind it. If so, what kind of antennas does Silex certify?
Antennas.
Yes.
Yes. So we don't. So we certify generally dipole antennas, monopole antennas, in some cases PIFA, planar inverted F antennas. So we depends on a lot of what our customers are looking for. For the most part, dipole is very popular, and we kind of try to certify an antenna which has the highest gains possible, because the way certifications work, if you using a similar antennas with equal or lesser gain, you can leverage a lot of the certification work. So we kind of choose an antenna that kind of meets and provides the biggest umbrella for customers to kind of use their own antennas too if they need to.
Okay, thank you. Going with the next question. With the launch of Wi-Fi 7, how do you see the adoption of Wi-Fi 6E? Does it still have benefits?
That's a really good question, and I kind of tried to answer that in my presentation too. Yes, so I can tell you from our experience, all of our customers today are doing Wi-Fi 6E. Very handful have looked at Wi-Fi 7. They want to do it, but for the most part, because of the price premium and the offer that Wi-Fi 7 provides, they don't really need Wi-Fi 7 today. So Wi-Fi 6E is, I would say, like more than 80% of our customers are looking at Wi-Fi 6E, and that's what they're targeting. So I think that's the same case for a lot of for other suppliers too. So I think Wi-Fi 6E is here. Like, don't think that Wi-Fi 7 is here, and it's going to take time. Like I said, 2-3 years before we see Wi-Fi 7 adoption being mature.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And then the last question I see for now is, what is the timing of the SX PCEBE availability, and when are samples available?
So our target MP, like I mentioned, is March 2025. That's when we'll have the product at our distributors in the market that customers can readily buy. And before then, limited samples are available today. So I talked about our early access program. So please reach out to us, and we'll have a discussion and see if we can enable samples to you before the end of this year. I think starting in December, we'll have a lot more samples coming in, so we can enable customers then.
Okay, then thank you. I don't see any further questions in the chat, so I think that's all for today. Baba, thank you for attendance and for the presentation, and to the audience. We will share the presentation afterwards. Also, there will be a recording available. And please feel free. We have tomorrow our last day for the Wi-Fi week, so there you can attend the meeting or the webinar with Nordic Semiconductor, which they are talking about low power Wi-Fi. And with that, I don't have anything much to say. Baba, I wish you a good day, and everyone else have a good day. Thank you.
Same to you guys. It's a pleasure. Thank you.